Okay, so what we've got here is Rhyme Asylum featuring Diabolic, Unreasonable. Diabolic is, I'd say, a dope rapper from America. I've not heard any of his tracks in a while, but down with Immortal Technique, or at least was down with Immortal Technique 10 years ago when I last listened to him. I think the track that stands out is it Frontlines with Immortal Technique, and then there's I Don't Wanna Rhyme. That's another good one. It's on my playlist somewhere. Foul play, bitch. I always remember him on Immortal Technique Revolutionary Volume 1 actually. Yeah, he's got a good verse on the track that's on that.
There's no question if I'm ill or not. Unfold the killer's plot to blind the eye on the pyramid and destroy the building blocks. I take the killer shots with 6 packs of Miller, and you're no match like caterpillars attacking silverback gorillas.
Something that he does with multi-syllables that's just so pleasing on the ears. I mean, then you hear it over and over and over again, and it becomes less pleasing, but it's still very good. I love it. It's like he's found a dope formula for doing multi-syllable rhymes. I kind of wish he added a plot rhyme on the end of gorilla, fighting silverback gorilla pots. Anyway, let's go back.
There's no question if I'm ill or not. Unfold the killer's plot to blind the eye on the pyramid and destroy the building blocks. I take the killer shots with 6 packs of Miller, and you're no match like caterpillars attacking silverback
gorilla gods.
It's like a storm swept in the form of a war weapon. Wrap your broad stress and chasing my balls like dogs fetching. Born legend, swinging liquid swords with the force of missiles launching on Pacific Northwest collision course.
That's absolutely
I'm not like
sick.
the rest, like dogs fetching. Born legend, swinging liquid swords with the force of
liquid swords with the force.
missiles launching on
With swinging liquid swords with the force of missiles launched in the Pacific
Northwest collision course.
Pacific Northwest collision course. I mean, yeah, it's nice. It's just nice.
I'm not like the rest. I'm cut from a different cloth. Worship like a Christian corpse nailed to a religious cross. You've bitten off more than
Jesus
you can chew.
reference.
This shit is soft. You hear the hunger in my voice. I hear the bitch in yours. I don't dance with the devil. I'm just sitting back, clicking gats, popping his choreographer on hidden tracks, ripping cat.
Any mention of Dance with the Devil instantly draws a hip-hop fan's mind to Immortal Technique, just for reference.
With skirmish plasma and leather face devil. I'm just sitting back, clicking gats, popping his choreographer on hidden tracks, ripping cats with skirmish plasma and leather face while cyclone and possess disgrace anyone who tests their fate. Test your fate, give me a reason to set it straight. Give me a reason to make their body
levitate. Oh, so we got Diabolic on a verse and chorus. Nice. There's some good features on this album. Diabolic, copyright. Oh my god.
I'm the president's people with carving knives and heroin needles. The lady afterlife. Suspending the sequel, self-injecting the lethal T-virus and Resident Evil.
I wish everyone would introduce themselves before they kick in. I know it's annoying when people say the name all the time, but when you're in a group and I forget your name, I could just do with a prompt, if that's okay.
Vicious jackal, black zodiac, star sign. The horse whisperer turning Pegasus to the dark side. In a state of lunacy, literally losing my mind. I had an infernal affair with Lucifer's wife. I sleep balancing on sharpened javelins. Who needs a passport when you're born with dragon wings? God-forsaken angel. When it comes to blood, I'll drink Dracula under the operating table. Turn eternal hellfire to ice. High as a kite, smoking the blunt side of a knife.
Smoking the blunt side of a knife. What does that even mean?
Kite smoking the blunt side of a knife. There's a mouth raw full of cactus spines, parasites feeding off the decaying corpse of the Antichrist. Test your fate, give me a reason to set it straight.
Started with some Christ references and finished with an Antichrist reference. Well done.
Test you fake, give me a reason to set it straight. Give me a reason to make your body levitate. Give me a reason to teach.
Every member's jumping on this track. No, it's one of them, isn't it? You've got a special feature.
I'm losing the plot. Sleep with a battle axe and rest my head on an executioner's block. Refuse to be a flash in the pan. When opportunity knocks, I bang back with battering rams. View the future through all see and
when opportunity knocks, I bang back with battering rams. That's cool. What was I just thinking then? Yeah, again, this, and I say again because we've had a couple off this album beat-wise that I suppose when you listen to them on their own, you know, they're more chilled out beats. They're not bangers. When you listen to it as a full album, you get a kind of better idea of what the balance is. But this isn't the sort of beat I would choose if I was going to have Diabolic on a track. I'd have something a little more banging. But again, they're all dope. They're all dope.
Unsheathe my knife, carve the date of my death in the tree of life. Jesus Christ, if I get cold feet, I walk on water till I turn the sea to a sheet of ice. Pry open the jaws of depression, force whole packs of Prozac, washed down with scorpion venom. Sorcerer with a morbid obsession, four notorious henchmen guarding my doors of perception. I turn Brokeback Mountain to Hamburger Hill. Fuck a blacksmith and four jaxes from nerves of steel. Embodiment of the
Brokeback Mountain to Hamburger Hill.
Back mountain to Hamburger Hill. Fuck a blacksmith, I four jaxes from nerves of steel. Embodiment of decrepitude.
Fuck a blacksmith. What's that?
Four jaxes from nerves of steel.
I forge axes from nerves of steel. That's cool. Yeah, that's cool.
Embodiment of decrepitude. Fuck sexual diseases. My ejaculation leaves exit wounds. Test you fake. Give me a reason to set it
There's some
straight.
imagery for you.
Give me a reason to make your body levitate. Give me a reason to teach lessons and educate. Fuck it, I'ma leave you bleeding. I don't even need a reason. Test you
One more
fake.
verse.
Give me a reason to set it straight. Give me a reason to make your body levitate. Give me a reason to teach lessons and educate. Fuck it, I'ma leave you bleeding. I don't even need a reason. Semi-detached, emerge from the grave. The living deceased in a permanent state of murderous rage. I was burnt at the stake. Rose from the ashes with the thirst for human flesh. No emotional baggage, no close companions. Don't show compassion. Unleashing my demons, secretly seeking holy sanction. Straight horrorcore, never did follow law. The insane and sage.
I was just thinking, as he said that, straight horrorcore, how it does. I think I probably described it earlier on. Maybe I might have given this description or not when I did Ground Zero, as kind of coming from maybe being influenced by the Jedi mind tricks kind of scene, the esoteric scene that arose in the late 90s and throughout the noughties, and it was kind of its own, I see it as its own branch of the underground. And a lot has kind of been influenced from that arena. This was probably also, yeah, I mean, this is probably, in some ways, I do think that is possibly the case with these guys. They are very esoteric, but their imagery is probably more horrorcore. And it's more, I was trying to explain this to a girl so you can imagine how exciting it was. Like horrorcore, obviously when people hear horrorcore, certainly when I heard horrorcore growing up, I'd instantly think of in the noughties anyway, I'd think of ICP, Insane Clown Posse, and people like that. And I suppose before that it was kind of seen as gravediggers and the flatliners, who I only recently learned about. But yeah, I'd always think of like ICP, that kind of non-serious. And then even with, say, like Necro, yeah, I'd be like, okay, it's horrorcore, but it's like more brutal and serious. So it's that kind of serious stuff I saw as not necessarily as horrorcore. Anyway, I didn't have categories for these growing up, so I haven't got boxes to put them in now. But this is more serious horrorcore imagery. It's like movie esoteric imagery, unlike, say, Necro, which is brutal, somewhat realistic imagery. Right, anyway.
Solemn face, God of war. It's been this way forever. Straight horrorcore, never did follow law. The insane and sagely solemn face, God of war. It's been this way forever. Basement dweller, forever plotting my apocalyptic reign of terror. Possess the emperor of Rome's treacherous soul. Reclaim supreme status and reascend to the throne. The night of the living dead, you'll die a horrific death. Your last image, your masked figure lighting a cigarette. It's diabolic.
Great rhyming.
Asylum in full of the Rome's treacherous soul. Reclaim supreme status and reascend to the throne. The night of the living dead, you'll die a horrific death. Your last image, your masked figure lighting a cigarette.
You know, like multi-syllable rhymes with rhyming couplets in between, and the accent, the delivery, the pronunciation. It's just all good. It just works. I wish people would, you know, newer rappers would like check out Rhyme Asylum. I mean, they're not like the pinnacle of the greatest rappers ever, but like there's just something about them. They've got a cool aura that kind of goes with the artwork, the name, the vibe, but also the delivery, the rhymes, the topics, the content.
Diabolic and Rhyme Asylum in full effect. Will never compromise, be silenced or put to rest.
So there we have it. We are 6 songs through. I'll tell you now, my favourite song is actually Illit Instinct, which should make sense because, you know, making the last song the best song is a good idea. Making the first and last songs the best songs. So, yeah, featuring Diabolic.